It's like every day, rumors are pouring out from different sites. And you know what? It's still pretty worthy to talk about. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. First, we're going to talk about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Then we're going to talk about more from The Flash. Then a ton of rumors and articles from giant freaking robot. I'm starting to wonder, really starting to wonder about them. But it's still interesting nonetheless. And then, I guess there's a Snyderverse scoop coming. I don't know. All right, let's talk about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, Yahya Abdul Mateen II had an extensive article on The Hollywood Reporter. He talked about pretty much all of these different movies and Aquaman the Lost Kingdom. And there's this little section of him talking about the script. I think the script is better than it was in the first one. It gives the actors a lot of good storytelling moments. He explains in Aquaman, we just got a small introduction to Black Manta and to some of his motivations. In this one, I get to exercise and breathe a little bit more. I'm showing some different colors with this one. So obviously he's really excited for Aquaman the Lost Kingdom because he was just a side character, small little role in the first one. But now he's going to have a bigger role in the second movie. We'll see what he means about a better script. I don't know if this is a slight shade to the writer, Jeff Johns, but it looks like in this movie they're going to be able to explore each character. I think this is kind of cool, so I'm really excited to see what James Wan has up his sleeve for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now let's talk about The Flash. Now yesterday, Michael Keaton talked about getting into the bat suit for the very first time since Batman returned, and probably going to say, I'm Batman. I'm pretty sure of it. And he kind of talked a little bit about how he compared multiplicity to the Flash movie, which is intriguing. Now, I guess today he actually revealed a little bit of the introduction of the movie, or at least the introduction for him.
First, basically the first shot, not of the entire movie, but the first kind of, let's say, introduction is so good that when we walked on and we started talking about a couple of shots and the angles, I went, "Oh, this is big. This is great." I don't mean for me. I mean, the imagery is really, it's just great, and reminiscent to some degree of Tim Burton.
Yeah, it sounds like he's going down the memory lane there, and that's really awesome. To be back in the bat suit, in the bat cave, or even Gotham City, it sounds pretty amazing. I can't wait to see that. I'm going to probably get chills, because I'm also a big fan of 89 Batman Returns, because, you know, my family never had that much money when I was growing up, so Batman was one of the few movies we actually got to go see in the theaters. Opening night, and it was awesome. But this also goes to show you that maybe Andy Muschietti is really trying his best to capture the feel from 89 Batman and Batman Returns. Try to get the Tim Burton likeness of it, and which would really add more to the atmosphere of how it was back in the Burtonverse. So I'm really intrigued by this, wondering, is it just Michael Keaton showing up? Are we going to have Michelle Pfeiffer and anybody else? I don't know, but it would be pretty amazing to see that world once again, and seeing the current DCEU characters interact with an older Batman. Something I'm really looking forward to. Now let's get with all these articles that are coming out from giant freaking robot. I know they're not exactly the most reputable, but major trades have confirmed their exclusives, at least almost a dozen of them this year. So that's why we're kind of looking at it a little bit more carefully. But then some of these things to me feel like more like calculated guesses, like the Taika Waititi article yesterday. I feel like these current ones are also something that could happen. First one is this: Warner Brothers has approached Scarlett Johansson and is talking to her about a future in the DC universe. Now, to me, this is more of a calculated guess, at least on my part. Like, if I were to guess and say, what will happen to Scarlett Johansson? Where will her career go? Well, obviously, with her suing Disney, and that's not looking well, pretty ugly, I don't think she's going to be at Marvel or Disney for very long. Or at least maybe that's it. Black Widow, well, that's it. And with that bridge damage, it's only reasonable to think that other companies, other studios will say, hey, you know, we love actors and actresses. We very much want to support actors and actresses and pay them what they need to be paid. And we've already seen that anybody that leaves Marvel and Disney seems to be scooped up by Warner Brothers. Still not sure about Taika yet, with James Gunn just coming on board that quick. I don't know. But Scarlett Johansson by herself I don't think is that big of a box office draw. I think it's her being Black Widow, being in the MCU was actually the biggest draw. But nonetheless, she is a big movie star, and it's not not working out over at Disney and Warner Brothers is coming in, knocking on her door, even calling her up, says, hey, if you're not happy over there, you can have some projects over here. To me, this is more of a calculated guess. She could just go straight to Netflix or MGM or Universal. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure she's pretty much done with Disney. The other interesting rumor or article coming out from Giant Freakin Robot today was this. James Gunn wants Joe Manganiello to appear in a future The Suicide Squad project. And now this is another one I think is a calculated guess. Seeing the behind the scenes and seeing that concept art of Deathstroke in front of the Suicide Squad for Team B. Like I said yesterday, instead of Bloodsport, they originally was going to have Joe Manganiello reprise his role as Slade, Deathstroke. So if that was the case back then, and maybe scheduling didn't work out, but if that was the case back then James Gunn definitely still has Deathstroke in his sights, And if he's going to be making more DC projects when he comes back after Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe he's already thinking about it. Deathstroke was one of those characters that he put on that tweet list of characters that he would like to see in the future. So yeah, I think this makes sense. There may have been talks going on in the background. I don't know. But as an educated guess, yeah, I could see this happen. Now, this next one from Giant Freakin Robot, kind of out of nowhere. Warner Brothers is developing a Superboy live action movie. Obviously, I am in love with this idea. I would definitely love to see a Superboy live action anything besides his small role in Titans. I would want to see a whole movie or even a whole series with Superboy because I'm a Superman fan. I'm excited for Val Zod's Superman. I'm excited for Supergirl. I'm excited to see if Henry Cavill can come back as even a small or even a cameo role in any of the movies as Superman. So the idea of they're going to make a Superboy live action movie certainly intrigued. Now, in the article, they talk about how this live action movie is going to be along the lines of like Blue Beetle and Batgirl, where it's going to be on HBO Max. Now, for me, that's interesting. Guess what's coming out on HBO Max that has Superboy already in it? Titans. Why would they do that? I mean, yes, it's the multiverse and you can have multiple characters, but as you can see, by the time the Flash movie comes out, the Flash TV series is going to be pretty much over. So even though we know about these different projects that to go overlap, and realistically, when they are launched, they're not overlapping at all. But Titans is going to come out. And yeah, this could definitely be something after Titans is all over. That actually may be the case. That's why they're making Supergirl movie and Supergirl TV series is done. So this could be something that they're trying to fit into the universe, but instead of giving him a cinematic movie, they're going to throw it on HBO Max. But I'm also wondering if this is just hyping off of the new Titans that's coming out. Because another site did another exclusive today, and this is what they said. A live-action Red Hood movie is in development at HBO Max. Alright, so that's two characters from the Titans series that are apparently going to have their own movie. What is going on over there? Now, this one is less likely, I'd believe, because Red Hood is a major character in the next Titans season. But then again, this could be later down the line after Titans is over, and then they'll want to have Red Hood in the movie. It also mentions that Red Hood is going to be connected to Chris McKay's Nightwing. Chris McKay actually haven't said that he's working on Nightwing, is that he's just in talks and trying to get that movie up. Honestly, I just think Superboy and the Red Hood articles are really just hyping up because of the Titans series trend right now, so why don't hop on the trend, I guess. In fact, even Kieran Walters was kind of surprised by that, and he said this, at HBO Max, let's do a Red Hood movie, ready to start tomorrow. So obviously it's not in development, at least not with him, but he seems pretty excited to show off his Red Hood, and I'm really excited to see how his Red Hood performs in Titan. Now, a lot of those I was thinking it was more like educated guesses more than actual exclusive scoops. I don't know who their sources are, and like I said, Giant Freakin Robots had many confirmed scoops that was confirmed by trades like Deadline, so let's see what happens. At least you can't say I never talked about it, but looks like there's something interesting going on about the Snyderverse. And you're like, really, Chris? Snyderverse? Are you serious? Let's go to good old Scoot. Scoot's got the scoop. He said this. Holy shit. I got a Snyderverse exclusive that I'm going to give to my guy, SM Colbert. That's Stephen Colbert. So you know that exclusive, whatever that may be, is going to Screen Rant. So be on the lookout for a Screen Rant article. Don't give me hope. Oh no, you can take this one to the bank. This came from a direct source in Zach's camp. And someone asked, DC related or Netflix? And he said, DC. DC! So this is the Snyderverse. This Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder. What? I'm really excited for this. I'm looking forward to this. I don't know when this article is going to drop. Steven, hurry up and write that already. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. It's a little bit of hope. Crossing your fingers, crossing yourself, anything. We want to hear more. We want to know any droplets of information. What is Zack's camp is talking about the DC Snyderverse? For a long time, we're thinking, all right, he's just going to stop right now. He's going to do his thing. He's got many movies up his sleeve, and he's over on Netflix right now. Why would they be talking about the DC Snyderverse? I'm very curious. I know you are too. That's why I wanted to tell you about it, because there may be something incredible dropping from Screen Rant. I really hope it's tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday, and it would be kind of cool to have something great to hold on to throughout the weekend.